every person that ever went for anything ever in their life set a goal. And we're going to get into that, how to set goals, but more importantly, how to stick to those goals. Because everybody here in this room, including myself, when January 1st comes, we make all these goals. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get my finance in place. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat well. And then what happens like 2 weeks into January, we all slip up. We stop going to the gym, if anybody ever started. We started ordering pizza, if anybody ever stopped. And we blow it. So I'm going to teach you guys how to create your goals, but more importantly than creating the goals is actually sticking to the goals. So people don't like setting goals because they fail at their goals. I don't know if has anybody ever failed at a goal? I know I have. I failed at many of them. And I'm going to share with you how we're going to avoid that. So does everyone have a pen and a piece of paper, by the way? Yeah? Okay, get a pen and a piece of paper handy. If you don't already have one, Leal Abdur, I see you're already going to go get a pencil and a piece of paper. Thank you. If you guys don't have a pencil and a piece of paper, please go grab one or a pen or any writing utensil because the magic is about to start. Thank you, Joel Freed, for actually getting up. Guys, Ari Spillman, you got a pencil? You got a pencil over there? Yeah? You ready? Okay, good. Guys, without a pencil and a piece of paper, that's your magic wand, okay? Anybody like Harry Potter here? Your magic wand in goal setting is your pen and your piece of paper. It doesn't cost a penny. I mean, it does. It costs $1. But that is how we're going to set our goals. By the end of this, by the way, I promise you with God's help, every person that is here will have a set of goals, a set of marching orders, a direction for 2022. And that's going to become your Bible, your manual, your script that we do not deviate from. So just before we get into those goals, because I want to teach you how to set those goals, first of all, very important to know this, that goals can change. The big problem when people set goals is they think if they set goals, they can't change them. So people are scared to set goals. Your goals are fluid, they change. Your goal in grade 1 was to fit in with your friends. Your goal when you left college or university or high school, whatever it is, was to get married. Your goal was to buy a house. Today, your goals are different if you're holding by that level. So goals change, goals update. And I think, by the way, I've seen this thing. I don't know if you guys saw this post. There's this thing that I call the $250,000 phenomenon. What that is that most people are stuck at a $250,000 ceiling. They don't know how to make more money than that. The reason why they don't know how to make more money than that is because when they started from zero, they pushed and shoved and bulldozed the universe to get to their 250K, and then they forgot to reset their goals. So from 0 to 250K, they had grandiose goals. The problem was once they hit 250, they got lazy. They got fat. They got used to being at 250K. So now what we're going to do at this part of our lives, because we're all mature human beings, we're going to reset those goals. We're going to reset those targets because you are worth so much more than 250K. By the way, is anybody in this room earning 250K? I just want to see just for fun. Throw it up, throw it up. Yes. All right. We have a couple of $250,000 hitters over here. People I want to be friends with. By the way, I like to be friends with rich people. It makes me feel good. Rich people are nice. Rich people are successful. Rich people think big. I like rich people. And it's no shame to say that. I like being around people that think big. So at the 250, if you're not holding, by the way, at the 250K, wherever you're starting, whether it's 40, whether it's 50, whether it's 60, whether it's 80, or whether it's 120, we're going to boost you up to that next zone because everybody starts somewhere. Exactly. So let's go. Before we set our goals, and we're going to write them down, but I'm just getting you guys prepped. I want to get you in because I don't want those same crummy goals. I don't want workout every day. I want real goals. I want powerful goals. I want big goals. All right. And I'm just priming you guys how to think, how to set up those goals. So you want to set big goals. Here's another thing that people mess up on when it comes to goals. Their goals are too small. You want to set big, hairy, audacious goals. I want to tell you a story about a guy that I know, an acquaintance of mine from LinkedIn. He had a dream. He had a dream to set up like a WeWork type of office. And for 5 or 6 years, I saw this guy kill himself to set up that office. And finally, after 5 years, he set up an office, WeWork style, with 22 offices in it, and he's 20 people rented out. He succeeded at his goal. But when I started crunching the numbers, because I was looking into going to be one of the members there, when I started crunching the numbers, I realized that there's no way in heaven that he's making more than $180,000 a year. Now, probably 5 or 6 years ago, when he put that goal on paper, that was a very big goal. He probably could never have fathomed that. Today, he went after 5 or 6 years to put that together after trials and tribulations, and the problem is his goal was too small. Now he's stuck there. He's in jail because he has to manage that place. He has to feed that place. He has to promote that place. And he's stuck there. He's in jail because now he's in something that's too small. If he had set his goal, instead of setting up a one small 22 office WeWork, if he said to himself, how do I set up 220 offices WeWork style? Then instead of 180,000, he would have been at 1.8 million. And that would have been a goal worthy of his attention. The problem is he's in jail right now. His goals put him in jail. He's not actually in jail, but he's in entrepreneurial jail. So when we're going to set our goals, guys, I don't want you to set goals based on what you feel is big right now, because it might take you 3 years to set your goals. I see over there David Aberchamanov. He has a kid on his lap. David has 4 kids on the way that he doesn't even know about yet, God willing. All right, every person that's watching this right now, more? Joel Fried says more. He says more. Okay. You got wherever you're holding now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be holding in 5 years much bigger than where you are. You're going to need a lot more money. We got to start thinking bigger. We got to start thinking much more powerful. Who knows when the next COVID-19 pandemic is going to hit? You want to be prepared for that. I wasn't. I got smashed out during COVID. When COVID hit, I had $30,000 in the bank. It was a nightmare. I was figuring out how I was going to sell my socks to keep my life together. It was a nightmare. But COVID forced me to become an animal, a tiger, a monster, and making sure that whatever pandemic Dr. Fauci throws at us again, I'm going to survive that bad boy. And I'm going to go through flying colors. If I had the money during COVID, I would have bought every piece of real estate I could find. I just would have done it, but I was thinking too small. COVID forced me to think big. And that's what we're going to do in our goals. We're going to think big. We're not going to take you as today. We're going to take you as 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what you're capable of. Because what you've done today is so much greater than you ever thought possible 5 or 10 years ago. If somebody would have told you today that you are today where you are 10 years ago, you would have told the person he's crazy. Think about it. You guys are great. You guys have businesses. You guys have jobs. You guys have income. You guys have spouses. You guys have a life. 10 years ago, if somebody would have told you that, you wouldn't have believed them. So we got to think big, and that's what we're going to do. So we're about to do it. Just a few more caveats before we get into the actual goal setting is don't get caught up in the minutia. Don't get caught up in the details about how you're going to do things. I'm going to share with you guys my personal goals to give you an idea of how I'm thinking, to inspire you to how you should think as well. So every single day I write down my goals. I'm going to tell you exactly the formula, how I do it. We're going to get to it. Every single day I write down my goals. For years, one of the goals that I had on my list, for years, I'm talking like 5 years, was inspire the entire Jewish world. It's what I want to do. Hey, if you're Muslim, go inspire the entire Muslim world. If you're Christian, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Chinese, go do your thing. I'm a Jew. I want to inspire Jews. So forever I put inspire the entire Jewish world. I don't know how. I didn't know where. I didn't know with what. And within the past 90 days, if anybody saw, I assume that you did, I launched a movie called Orthodox. We're at almost 750,000 views, and it's been like 90 days. I didn't know when I was writing down forever, inspire the entire Jewish world. I didn't know it was going to be a movie. I didn't know it was going to be in the year 2022. I didn't know what it was, but I had it as a goal. So what I'm trying to tell you is when you're setting your goals in a few minutes, you don't have to have the how. You just have to have the what. It's like when you put in a GPS. When you put in a GPS in your car, Before you can know, turn left, turn right, take this route, that route, you got to know the end address. You got to know the final destination. What we're going to be focusing on is the final destinations. And once you plug into your GPS, the God positioning system, once you plug it into your GPS, then your mind and the one above and the universe, let's say. I don't like to use the word universe. I like to use the one above because everybody knows that he's the one who runs the universe. But the universe will start calculating backwards for you. But in order to get there, you got to know where you're going. I just want to say hello to some of the new faces. Mayor, welcome. So happy to have you here. Rafael, happy to have you here. Jay Schwartz. Patrick Ball in the house. What's good? Naz, how you doing? Richard Green. There's actually a lot more people who joined, but I don't want to go through all the names because I want to get down to the brass tacks. We don't have so much time. All right. Next, before we write our goals, I want to also give you permission to fail. Most people are so scared to fail. Remember we spoke about this? They keep their goal. They keep their goal in a pretty little box somewhere on the shelf because they're petrified. They're petrified to fail. I rock climb in the mornings. Right now, Montreal is shut because it's run by a dictator called Monsieur Legault. May the one above obliterate his name, L'chaim. It's run by a dictator named Legault, so he shut down all the gyms. But every morning, I would go rock climbing. And then when I would push myself, I would fall. I'm a relative beginner rock climber. I've only been doing it for a few months. And the guy who belays me, whenever I would fall, he would tell me, if you're not falling, it means you're not climbing hard enough. In other words, if I'm not falling and if I'm just acing every single trail that I'm blazing, it means that I'm not climbing hard enough. If I'm falling, it means I'm testing my limits. When you're failing, it means that you are going above what you're usually capable of. I love to fail. I'm telling you, I know. It's like a sick thing that I have. I love to fail because if I'm failing, it means that I'm trying something new. It means that I'm pushing my boundary. It means that I'm climbing a wall that is hard, that is harder than I'm used to. So I want to give you guys permission to fail. And you might say, yeah, Beryl Solomon, very nice. It's very nice that you say that you fail. So let me tell you some real hardcore failures that I've had. Okay, you guys ready for this? Before I opened Wealthy Commercials, my video production company 6 years ago, I had a company that you never heard of called Wealthy Closeouts, where we would buy closeout packages from distributors and retailers. I'd say we would buy as if it happened. I never closed the deal. It was never successful. The thing crashed and burned and went to hell. It was a complete miserable failure. All right, so that's failure number one. Failure number two, I tried selling airplanes. You never heard of these companies. It was called Wealthy Planes. I wanted to broker private jets. I failed. I tried to sell them. I failed. I had a company called Wealthy Link, if anybody remembers that. We did LinkedIn marketing. I failed miserably. Turns out LinkedIn doesn't like when you try to hack their algorithm. It's just a no-no. Number four, we tried doing wealthy trade shows, going to trade shows and filming booths and selling that footage after we filmed the booths at the trade show, selling it back to the booths. It was an utter failure. I lost $50,000 in the course of 24 hours. It wasn't fun. And most recently, we tried doing Facebook marketing when everybody was doing it. It failed miserably. I had one client say, Beryl Solomon, you stole my money because what you did didn't work. But I tried it. And I had to go through all of those things in order to see if it worked and if it didn't. And every single thing that I failed at, every failure leads you. Failure will lead you to success. Failure equals success. I know it's a funny thing, but you know who doesn't fail? The waiter. And not that I have anything against waiters. They're critical to our supply chain. But the waiter that works in a restaurant earning tips and minimum wage, they don't fail. They deliver your fish, they deliver your drinks, they deliver whatever. They're not failing. They're doing what they have to do and they're not going out of themselves. They're not failing. The person working behind the cash at your local Walgreens or at your Jean Coutu, if you live in Canada, they are not failing. They're earning what they earn and they're not failing. Maybe their boss yells at them every now and then, but they're not failing. The people that are willing to go out there and really truly succeed are willing to fail. Think Think Elon Musk. The guy will launch 100 satellites, 100 rockets into the air, and 99 of them will blow up, but he's willing to fail because he knows that from failure comes success. Don't care. Don't care what people are going to laugh at you. Who cares? I'm laughing at them. Let's laugh together. You have to be willing to fail. All right. Here's the moment that we've all been waiting for. I think I've primed you guys. So please, everybody, get out your pens and your pieces of paper. All right. Everybody has them. Guys, this exercise, whatever we're doing here right now, is worth nothing unless you write this down. Okay? Pencil and a piece of paper. And I could see you guys. Raphael, where's your pen? Where's your pen, buddy? You got it? Dr. Jeff Lewin, where's your pen? There you go. Jakob Feldman, you got a pen? Patrick Ball, we ballin', let's do this. Esther, Ben, Avi Abraham, you have your pen? Yes? Shaya, you got a pen? Okay, let's do this. So let me just remind you. Here's the formula, okay? Here's the big secret. Here it is. We're gonna drop it. Secret time, baby. The secret is this. You write your goals every single day. Every day. Every damn day. People, the problem is they write their goals once a year. It's such a mistake. Everybody needs to be motivated every day. Everybody needs to be reminded every single day. Your goals have to stare you in the face every single day. When you hit them, you feel like $1 million. And when you don't, you say, why am I not doing it? And you get it, and you get to it. So here's the formula. Here's the everyday goal formula. It goes like this. Every day you want to write down, first of all, 3 wins from your day. The best way to start with your goals is to count what you already have achieved in that day. So every single day you want to write down 3 wins for that day. And then you want to write down 3 wins for tomorrow. I do this every single night before I go to bed, bar none. There's never a night except for Shabbat, because I can't write, that I don't do this. So let's first start with doing this together. So I want you to write down 3 wins that you had for today. The psychology behind this, by the way, is before you go into your next goals, you want to show yourself that you're actually a capable human being and that you have achieved things in the past. It will give you momentum to put things into the future. So 3 wins, if you guys are stuck and you don't know what a win looks like, I'll help you. So for me, 3 wins was, today is I'm doing this thing. Okay, so I'm doing a live. This is a win for me. It's Sunday night. I'm in the office. Look at Elias. He came all the way here from Laval. You know, like we're hustling on a Sunday night. So for me, it's a big win. Okay. For you, by the way, you could put one of your wins could be that you came here tonight. Another win was I kept my cool with my children today. Okay, kept cool with kids. And then win number three for me today, I raised, with God's help, about $22,000 for my synagogue. We're running our yearly fundraiser. So raised $22,000. By the way, if you're struggling for your goals, getting up out of bed is a win, all right? Like if you have to go that basic, you got to find those wins every single day. So write down your goals, guys. Sorry, write down your wins for today. I'll give you guys a second to do it. I'm having fun. Who's having fun? So happy you guys are here. Write down your wins. Yes, you guys are winners. And here's where it starts getting fun. Here's where we start moving into the future. So you want to also write down your wins for tomorrow. Notice how I'm calling them wins, by the way, at this point. I'm not calling them goals. I'm calling them wins, okay? So 3 wins for tomorrow. I'll tell you what mine are. I want to work out. I want to work out in the morning. Elias, we want to close how much business tomorrow? What would be a good day?
27.
Let's call it 20 G's. We want to close $20,000 worth of business tomorrow. Okay? And I want to learn a piece of Torah. That's my goal. Learn a piece of Bible, Old Testament, learn it really well. Okay? Learn Torah. Those are my 3. Workout, $20,000, learn Torah. So those, when I go to do this tomorrow, I'm going to write this in my little black book tonight. I strongly suggest everybody gets a little black book, or you get a Hilroy or a notepad, whatever it is, you keep it next to your bed. When I go tomorrow to write down my goals, my wins, Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip back to yesterday's. I'm going to say, did I work out today? Yeah, I did. Great. Tick that off. Did I close $20,000 in business today? I closed 15. Great. Tomorrow I'm going to go again for the 20, or I'm going to go for 25. Did I learn Torah today? Yes. Great. Right? So it fuels me. So then when I go write down my wins for the next day, I'm already fueled up because I already succeeded at something. So that's the structure. 3 wins for today, 3 wins for tomorrow. And here's where it starts getting fun. Here's where it starts getting fun. Then you want to write down every single day your long-term goals. Okay? Bang. So long-term goals, the way that I do it is I don't write them as goals. I write them as if they're happening right now. So let me tell you some that are on my list. So on my list, every night when I write it down, I have 1 million followers. I write it down. I have 1 million followers. Then I put, I have $10 million in the bank. I have 10 million in the bank. And then I put wealthy executive coaching has 1,000 clients. 1,000 clients. I'll write down like 10 of those long-term goals as if they're already happening. I bring it into existence. I write it into the world. Not to get too sophisticated, but how stuff works is it goes from thought to speech to action. When you write it down, you're bringing it into action. You're bringing it into this world. So I'm gonna be quiet for a minute or two. This may be the first time that you've done this before, so I'm gonna let you guys think about it. All right, I want you guys to please follow this formula. Give me 3 wins for today, 3 wins for tomorrow, and then I want you to try to come up with at least 10 big goals. And don't be influenced by mine, okay? I mean, you can be, but they should be big. Think bigger than you're accustomed to. It costs you nothing in order to dream. And just to remind you that small example, I was writing down forever, inspire the entire Jewish world. I didn't know it was going to translate 5 years later into making a movie. So think big, think grandiose. I'm going to be quiet and give you guys 2 minutes. And then, by the way, I'm going to call on a few people to share your goals with us. Pinchas, don't overthink this. Just go for it, buddy. Yaakov, are you writing? Yaakov Feldman, you're writing? T-minus 2 minutes, guys. Try to write 10 big goals. Remember, don't worry how you're going to get it done. Don't worry if you think it's impossible today. Don't worry about the minutia. 10 big goals, even if it seems impossible. Putting somebody on the moon at one point was also deemed impossible. All right, just for fun, somebody asked over here. Howard Smith asked, Beryl, do you rewrite the same long-term goals every day? And the answer is more or less yes, Robert. I write the same ones every single day. They change, by the way. For a long time, I wrote that I want to write a book, but I don't write that anymore because my passion is not writing, it's in video. So I want to produce more movies. So it changes with time, and that's okay. But you got to face it every day. You got to face your goals every day. All right, I'm going to start calling on some people just for fun because I want you to share your goals with everybody. Again, I don't mind sharing my goals. I'll go first. I want to own 10,000 apartments. I want to have 1 million followers, 10 million in my bank. I want to have 1,000 clients of wealthy commercials. I want my children to be healthy and happy and be absolute chassidim. I want my wife to be the happiest woman on planet Earth. The stuff that I write every day. All right, who wants to go? Who wants to be a millionaire? Yeah, Yitzi? Let's do it. Unmute. Hang on. First of all, guys,
hey, how are you?
First of all, round of applause for Yitzi for having the guts. Respect it. I love it. I love it. Yitzi, go for it. I'm just going to pin you to the top here. Pin spotlight video. Go for it, Yitz.
Okay, so I only have like 7 on my list. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I want to have 1,000 clients from my Intro to Mindset program, which we launched 2 weeks ago.
1,000 clients. Beautiful.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I want to have $10 million in the bank.
10 million in the bank. That would change your life, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that would change your life, your kid's life, your wife's life, your kids' lives, and your community's life. I love it. Go.
I want to reach my goal weight of 225 pounds.
225 pounds. Beautiful.
I'm already down 90, by the way.
You're down only 90.
I went from 400 down to 310.
You're kidding. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your face looks skinny if it means anything to you. There you go. There you go. Go.
I want to write a book about mindset.
Book. Beautiful. Mazel tov. Next.
I want to have 1 million YouTube followers for our channel, for our company.
1 million YouTube. Beautiful.
And I want to be on 50 public speaking engagements for 2022.
50 public speaking. Beautiful. And 7?
Yeah, that's 7. 1, 2, 3. That's 6. My bad. Sorry.
What about charity? How much charity you want to give? If you're doing 10 million, you got to give $2 million a year to charity.
Yeah, that's good. I'll do that.
2 million. By the way, I want to share a small goal with you guys. Thank you. By the way, could I just get a round of applause for Yitz again, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. By the way, who in this room believes, how do I take Yitz? There we go. How do I take Yitz off here? Spotlight video. Who in this room believes that if Yitz writes down those goals every single day and they stare him in the face every single day for the next 10 years, who believes that Yitz will be closer to achieving those goals than if he didn't write those goals down every day? Please raise your hand if you believe that Yitz will be closer, right? It's like simple, right? You're being reminded what your goals are. Most people are drifting aimlessly through life. They don't even know where they want to go. It's sad already. I see it every single day. They don't teach you this in school. I don't know why they don't. Maybe because the people that are teaching it in school, they themselves don't write down the goals because they're not being paid properly enough. That's another problem. We got to pay our teachers better. Teachers in school are not being paid properly. So you don't have the proper people that are teaching the jobs because they're not motivated. But if Yitz writes down those goals every single day and he stares in them every single day for the next 10 years, I believe he'll at least be 1% closer to achieving those goals than if he didn't. And any advantage that I could get in this world, I'm taking, because this world is tough. This world is hard. This world will eat you alive if you're not a lion. All right, who wants to go next? How do I get back to the people? Yeah? Who's that? Mashin Tariq. You're going to go, baby. Let's do this. Yes. Spotlight video. Here you go. Mashin, you see yourself on the big screen? You see yourself over there, Mashin? Oh, no, because I turned mine around. Okay, here we go. Go for it. I can't hear you, by the way. I have to unmute you. How do I unmute Moshin? How do I unmute you? Moshin, I'm good. Moshin, 1 second. No. How do I unmute you? Tarek. Here we go. Unmute. There we go. Did I pronounce it properly?
The H is silent, so it's Mohsin.
Mohsin. Yes. Go for it. Hang on. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to bring this. By the way, I just want to tell you guys this. Unfortunately, you cannot share your goals with everybody. All right, because there's a lot of people that don't want to see you succeed. I'm sorry to say. There's a lot of people that just don't want to see another person win. You have to be very careful who you share your goals with. Everybody in this room we're comfortable with because we all signed up for this. So we're into this. You got to be very careful. Sometimes your own spouse won't even appreciate your goals at first until you buy them that big, beautiful diamond necklace. And they're like, wow, keep on doing whatever you're doing. Okay, Mohsin, go.
All right. So I have a little bit of personal goals, but yes, considering these are long-term goals, I am not putting a time limit to them. So
I don't put time limits on any of my long-term stuff.
Okay. So thinking crazily big, $100 million net worth within my lifetime.
Beautiful. 100 million net worth. By the way, if you only hit 10% of that, you're doing pretty good, no?
Yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
I
had 1 million for next 2-3 years, but then again, we're thinking long-term big.
I'd rather come up short on the 100 million than hit my target at making 140,000 bucks at Microsoft.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So 190 pounds and stay on that weight for like 5 to 10 years, like long-term, just
190 pounds, 10 years. Go. Beautiful.
Family mission statement and everybody getting on board on that mission statement. We have our values set down. My wife knows it. My kids know it, that this is the kind of values we have. Like, just like Jewish people, Muslims, they all have their values. I did not grow up with a certain set of values. So I want to definitely have
everyone
those.
On the Ramadan train is what you're trying to say.
Not really Ramadan, but values, integrity, principles, setting goals, just like what you were talking about. This is not something even religious, to be honest with you, teaches us.
Inshallah. Let's go. Next.
And so the donation, by the way, I read your LinkedIn post on which your rabbi asked you to donate double the money when you were, I think, broke, and then you actually made $500,000 that year.
Man,
I upped my donation goal after that post to $5,000 this year.
Woo!
Itself.
Hang on, I need bigger. Mohsin. I need.
Yeah, I mean, for this year, I think that's. I mean, I was doing like 2,000, 2,500 for all past years, so I was like, I'm going to double it.
Beautiful. 5,000
this year.
5,000 bucks of charity
for this year, but longer term, of course, I want my charity to be in millions for sure.
Beautiful.
And if I can't give 5,000 now, I won't be able to give 50,000 or 2 million when I have a lot of money. So I want to
bang it out. Let's keep on going. Next.
I want to be expert in my field. Which is technology and IT, and I want to make sure that I trump that, hit C-level executive or whatever that means.
You hit my favorite 3 words in one sentence. You hit expert, Trump, and executive in one sentence. Let's keep on going. Next.
And I just opened up a newly YouTube channel. I don't know if I want 1 million subscribers, but I want to either get to where I learn the next thing or fail and move to another goal. As you can see, all the gear in my back. So some sort of a success with video, so I can reach.
Yeah. So it cost you nothing to put this up on the board. So give me like a real goal. Like, just go for it.
1 million subscribers.
Bang, guys! I just want to show. Thank you, guys. By the way, a round of applause for Mohsin. Thank you. You're the best. I love you, buddy. Thank you for being here tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world. You're here with all of us. Thank you. All right.
Sure.
How do we do this? Mute and spotlight. Okay. So I just want to show in that last thing, just take note, guys. Mohsin, you nailed the first 5, but when it came to the 6, right? That's what I would like to, that's like really what he's really doing right now. Out of everything that he's doing, actually, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the most important thing for you right now that you're working on to your heart is this YouTube thing that you're working on. You bought all that equipment, you're sitting there, you're trying, but that's the thing that you're so scared to make the goal around because you're scared to fail. You're scared to fail in that, right? Am I right? I'm right. I know that I am. I know. So we changed his goal from like this murky, maybe I win, maybe I fail, maybe I try, to, hey, just go for 1 million. Imagine you put in your GPS, take me to that place. It'll say, what the heck are you talking about? And you'll end up somewhere where you don't want to be. You'll end up somewhere you don't want to be. So you got to tell it exactly where you want to go. All right, so guys, just take note on exactly that last one. Be clear, be focused, and be ambitious. Be ambitious in your goal setting. Next, who else wants to go? Raise your hand, raise your hand. Yes, Nitsi, Tamir, let's do this. Hang on, I'm gonna bring you in. Unmute, and we're gonna give you the spotlight. I'm gonna throw you the mic. Let's see what you do with it. Hang on. What's up, Nitsi? How you doing?
Hey, it's Ziv Tamir. Nitzi's my wife.
Oh, Nitsi's your wife. Okay, great. What's your name?
Ziv.
Ziv, how you doing, buddy?
Excellent. How about you?
Good. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having this.
Let's go. One.
Number one, I am the number one Forbes richest man, longest king of the mountain.
Woohoo! Forbes.
Number two, I have a six-pack and I am lean and strong.
Six-pack, lean and strong. Yes. Next.
Number three, I have the best marriage to Nitzi and she's the happiest queen on earth.
Oh, that's so nice. I wish I was Nitsi. Let's go.
Number four, I have 10 happy, healthy, religious, Hasidic children that are beautiful inside and out.
Amen. Beautiful. I love that. I love it. I also want 10 children, but I have to convince my wife. She told me with my next wife I could have it. Let's go. Next.
Number five, I own the Miami Heat.
Woo! Own Miami Heat. I can tell you follow Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Next.
I want a mansion in Miami Beach inside this year, 5782.
Mansion, Miami. Yes. I also want a mansion in Miami. Next.
Number seven, I want to make every shliach into a millionaire.
Every rabbi a millionaire. We have a Lubavitcher on our hands. Next.
Number eight, I want Tamir Educational School of Trade to teach millions of people how to make a living.
Make a living.
Number nine, I am the greatest of all time business lawyer and businessman.
Greatest lawyer ever. Next.
In my third year of law school, but
Congratulations.
I want to make a massive Kiddush Hashem and be responsible for being the car of the masses towards Hashem and succeed in bringing Mashiach.
Wants to bring people closer to God in English.
Yes, sir.
Guys, clap it up. Big stuff, big stuff, big stuff. Who believes? Who believes? Can I get an amen? Who believes that if he writes this down every single day for the next 10 years, who believes that he will actually come close to these goals, if not achieve them all? 100%. It is true. You have to have them in. I see you, by the way, Jack. I love you, buddy. You have to see them in your face. You got to see you got to see it every day. You got to be reminded every moment what it is that I'm achieving. Where am I going? And by the way, these goals should set you. These goals, by the way, should not only lead you in the right direction, they should also stop you from going off the wrong direction. It's equally as important. You have to learn how to say no to certain opportunities when they arise. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to 20 other things. You also have to know what to say no to, right? So these become a guidepost for you in your life. Who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? Who wants to go? Don't be scared, guys. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Let's do this. Hang on. Jack Beck. Let's do this. Let's do this. Ellie, I just saw you wanted to go. We're going to get you next, okay? All right. Hang on one second. Ellie, do you mind just erasing the board while I bring him up? Who did I say wanted to go? Jack. Let's do this. Jack attack.
All right, you with me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, hang on. Let me just pin you. Spotlight video. Guys, round of applause for Jack. Takes a lot of guts. Let's do this. Let's go.
All right, let's do it up. So it's Jake, but that's cool because it happens constantly.
Really? Yes.
Let's rock this shit.
Yes. One of my goals is to learn how to read. Yes.
One of mine's to learn how to listen. So we're good, brother.
Let's go. Let's do this.
All right. My first one is meditate daily. And that doesn't sound grandiose, but for me, it's really important that I meet that.
Meditate. By the way, that's a nice thing about goals is that they're specific for you. So I absolutely love that. And by the way, it's important who you share your goals with. It's something that actually you just brought up. A goal, I got to tell you this, guys, it's really important. In the beginning phase of a goal, It's like a little flame. If somebody blows on it in the wrong way, it's going out. Once you write those goals down for a year, for a month, for whatever it is, it becomes so red hot, it doesn't matter if anybody douses water. Okay, so go. Meditate daily. Love it. Next.
I want to have a very fulfilling community.
Fulfilling community. Okay.
And I want to have a black belt in one martial art.
Black belt. I like it.
I want to have a separate physical practice to bring in all the meditation into my daily life besides the martial art and integrate
Nice.
it.
A meditation practice.
Yes, for sure. I want to have 100 million social media followers.
Woo! 100 million social media followers. Next. Beautiful.
I want to be on billboards in NYC.
Billboards. I like it.
I want to be an ideal partner to my girlfriend or any future girlfriend in general.
There you go. Ideal partner. I love it.
Yes, sir. I want to generate $5 billion.
$5 billion. The kid's allowed to dream. Yes. Go.
I want to have amazing relationships with my entire family, but especially my parents.
Relationships. Yes.
I want to change the lives of 10,000 people struggling with mental health and addiction.
Thank you. It's needed, by the way. It's really, really needed. It's no joke.
And I will step into this spot.
Your best advertisement is Omicron, by the way. It's gonna it pushed a lot of people into a bad space. We thought we were getting out of this, and we just got right back in.
Yeah,
okay,
real.
10,000 people, mental health. Love it.
I have one last one that I just added after.
Do it.
I want to play a sold-out show at Wembley Stadium, backed by an orchestra.
Woo! Play a sold-out show. I love it. I love it.
At Wembley Stadium.
At Wembley Stadium.
I've already played sold-out shows.
Good for you, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Guys, clap it up. Clap it up for Jake. Good man. Good Jake.
Jake.
Good man. I'm proud of you.
You can call me whatever you want, as long as you call me, bro.
I love you, buddy. Okay, good man. Thank you so much for joining. All right, let's keep on rolling. Anybody else want to go? Anybody else want to go? Who else wants to go here? David, you want to go? Let's do it. Let's do this. Hang on, I'm just gonna pin you to the top. You're gonna clear it for me. Okay, here we go. Spotlight video. What's up, guys? What's up, man? How you doing?
Thank God. Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure. The kids went to sleep?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see what happens when I go upstairs.
That's one of my goals every single day is to put the kids to bed. Let's go.
So I want to be a rabbi.
Rabbi, beautiful.
Many students.
Yeah.
I want to write a book in Jewish law.
Book, Jewish law. Yeah.
I want to create the first online smicha program for Sephardim.
Online rabbi program. Love it.
I wanted to give piano concerts, playing piano concertos with orchestra.
Wow, isn't that nice? Okay, great. The piano rabbi. I like it.
Yeah.
The rabbi pianist. Let's go.
I want to be able to take my wife on vacations.
Piano man. Vacations with wife. Yes.
I want to be a successful businessman.
Successful businessman.
And I want to visit Israel.
Israel. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Who believes in this room that if this man does this every single day and writes down these goals every single day, that he will come closer to achieving those goals? I do. By the way, I got to tell you, thank you, by the way. Clap it up for him. He's a good man. He's a good man. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Who believes in this world? Hang on. I'm just muting everybody and taking you off. Here we go. Pin video, spot video. By the way, I'm so juiced up because I do this and I've been like alone in doing this forever. And it could be lonely at the top. It could be lonely like doing this and people don't realize the power of it. And now we have this little community, this little group of people who now knows this, who's now going to do it, hopefully every single day. That's the goal. So before we end, because I want to keep it tight, I want to keep it to an hour. It's already 10 o'clock. Tomorrow is Monday morning. Monday morning is where champions are made. All right. So everything starts with how you start. So we got to start tomorrow morning on time, which means we need a good night's sleep. By the way, champions run the city during the day. That's where you want to be. You got to wake up early. I'm not saying 5 o'clock in the morning, but it's hard to achieve your goals if you're waking up at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. Got to be up early. I'm not saying 5, but 6, 7, 8. Can't sleep in, guys. Got to be up. Got to be grinding. None of this happens, by the way, none of this happens without putting in real work and focusing on this every single day. So I just want to help break this down before we go, because I want to end at 10 o'clock as promised. And then I'll leave it open for 1 or 2 questions, okay? So number 1, you want to write down 3, you want to, first of all, number 1, and you guys could write this down so you have it, okay? Number 1 is every day, every single day. Consistency is everything. What's more powerful? A wood chopper that takes an axe and hits the tree as hard as he can one time, or a guy that hits it a little less hard, but every day he's chipping away at the same exact spot. So you want to be doing this every single day. What's up, Aaron Pearlstein? Thank you for joining. I see you there. So every single day, you want to write down simple formula: 3 wins for the day. Okay, for the day. Right, so you look back and you see yourself as a winner. All right. Then you want to write 3 wins for the next day. You should already know what tomorrow's win looks like. If you're waking up tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. hits tomorrow morning, your phone is ringing, your social media is binging, your wife or husband is calling, the kids are being rushed to school. If you don't know where you're going, the day's going to take you. Before you go to bed tonight, you should know where you want to go tomorrow, okay? So 3 wins for the day, 3 wins for the next day, and then you want to write your big goals. Big goals. Every single day. I called my coach on the phone like 2 or 3 months ago, and I told him that I said, I'm shocked. Hang on, let me just, am I pinned here at the top? Am I on Spotlight? Yeah. I called my coach, his name is Jacob, and I said, Jacob, I'm in shock. I said, everything that I've written down in the past year has either A, come to fruition, or B, is really starting to become so clear that I'm almost at those goals. And he said to me, now start writing bigger goals. And I got to tell you, this thing is magic. And if you follow this formula, if you follow this every single day, it's going to change your life. I want to, before we go into questions, I just want to offer one last thing. I mentioned a coach. I cannot tell you how powerful it is to have somebody that is working with you day in and day out. I started being coached almost 2 years ago. It absolutely changed my life. It's hard to go at life alone. Sometimes our own spouses don't even support us in difficult situations, and for their own reasons, and that's okay. They usually come around, but it could be hard to go at life alone. And for me, having a coach literally turned me into what I feel is like a superhero. And I want to offer to you guys that are on this now. So since 2 years ago, we started about almost a year ago, I started hiring these really great coaches to work for our firm. So we developed almost like a law firm, but for a coaching firm. Just like a law firm has coaches that work for it, just like a law firm has lawyers that work for it, we have a coaching firm, we have coaches that work for it. Some of the best guys really in the industry today, guys that are 50, 60 years old, that are successful businessmen, that are doing great things, that are just semi-retired and want to mentor younger people to help them, bring them up. It costs 3 G's a month to be part of our coaching program. You get coached 4 times a month by the coach. He meets with you for an hour a day, for 1 day a week. And he checks in with you every single day by text message. And we do this monthly Zoom with all of our coaching clients. If you think that you're up to that program and you want to speak to me about it, I'm happy to book a 15-minute call with you free of charge to see if it's a good fit for you and if you're a good fit for the program. But please only book it if $3,000 a month to you right now is a possibility. And I got to tell you something, I've told people to borrow money before to join the program because I believe that it's worth it. And today they'll tell you that they're so flippin' happy that they did it because there's something so powerful when you have somebody that's hitting you over the head every single day, helping you and telling you to grow. So if you are interested in that before we get to questions, please put in the comments, say I'm interested, and Elias will take down your name, and we already have your contact information because you already signed up. Put in the comments, I'm interested, and Elias will reach out to you. It's 3 Gs a month. I'm gonna speak to you for 15 minutes to see if you're good for the program. That conversation will cost you nothing. We'll speak in private. And if you're a good fit for the program, we'll go forward. If not, at least we got to spend 15 minutes on the phone with each other. But please, only if you feel that you could pay the $3,000 a month, because I don't want to twist anybody's arm off here to do it. And I could twist people's arms because I believe in it, but I'd rather not twist your arm. Okay, let's go to questions. Let's go to question answer. They're going to take 1 or 2 questions. Gentlemen, if you have a question, or ladies, you have a question, now is the time to ask it. Guys, if you don't have your video on, I can't see your hand up. Who's got a question? Who's got a question? Let's do this. Okay, Stephen A, to everybody. Stephen, can I bring you on video for a second? I'm going to do it. Stephen A. Stephen A, let's bring you in. I see Jakob Vogel. I see that you're interested. We're going to reach out to you. Dermy and Schufer, you're interested. We're going to reach out to you. Don't worry about it. It's going to be great. Stephen A, no video. Okay, so Stephen asked, do the goals have to be realistic? I like when, if a person's 75 years old and you say you want to be in the NBA, at that point, no, it's not realistic. But if you're anywhere below 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 years old and you want to make $1 million a year, put that down. People are doing it. When Elon Musk said he wanted to go to Mars, it was not realistic, but he's getting really close. Every day he starts pounding away at that goal. Let's keep on going, gentlemen and ladies. Okay, Moshe Lando, is it a contract or is it month to month? It's month to month, Moshe. It's not a contract. Raphael Tolukanov, can you touch on your story a bit more? Yes, I can in 1 second. So Raphael, my story is like this. Victor Seaton, what type of things do we cover in those sessions? Victor, book if you have the 3 Gs a month, please book to speak with me for 15 minutes. I'll tell you all about it. Baruch, can you make a community forum on Discord server for the community? Baruch, reach out to me after to help me. I don't know how to do that. Maybe you could help me. So hang on. We had a good question over here. Raphael Malakinov, can you touch on your story a little bit more? I'm just going to tell you in short, guys. I have been hustling since I'm 17 years old. I went to go work for my family business and I was earning probably $250,000 a year. I was having trouble working with my family. My brothers are alpha males. My father's an alpha male, and you guessed it, I'm sort of an alpha male, or at least I play one on LinkedIn. And we just didn't get along with each other. It was really, really, really tough. And when I left, you know, it's not like I left. It's not like I was starting my life. I had a wife. I had 3 children. I had a mortgage. I had 2 cars. I had three kids in private school. I had a nanny. Insurance. I mean, the whole thing goes on and on and on. And when I left my family business, I had to start from scratch. But the problem is I wasn't at scratch in my life. I had to hit the ground running at 1,000 miles an hour. See, most people, they're going so slow. Most people, they're going slow because they think time is unlimited. Time is not unlimited. We have 120 years in this world at most. So when I started my business, I didn't have the luxury to take it slow. I didn't have the luxury to, you know, hope for the best. I had to make my mortgage payments. I had to make it happen. I had to pull in at least $20,000 a month just to live, just to breathe. So that's my stories. I learned how to run really fast, really quickly without any experience. By the way, guys, when I started my business, I had no experience. I had never opened up a video production company in my life. I don't even know how to turn on a video camera until this day, like a professional video camera. I do it all on my phone. But I had no excuses. I had a goal. I went for it. I pounded. And I want to tell you that after five years, we're finally above water. We're finally above water. It happens. It works. And my original goal, I remember my original goal for that business, you guys are going to laugh. When I opened Wealthy Commercials for the first time, my original goal was to do $250,000 in sales. But you know what the problem is? That's why I love that number 250. Let me just show you the problem with 250,000, okay? If my sales were 250, let's say it cost me $100,000 to produce, okay? In expenses to pay the videographers and everything, I would have been left with 150,000 bucks. Let me tell you the problem with 150,000 bucks. After taxes, after rent, after food, after insurance, after mortgage, after cars, after tuition, after a vacation, taxes, you're like more like at minus $50,000 a year. Okay? So I realized very quickly that it wasn't enough money. It wasn't enough. And that's the problem. People are aiming too low. So I said to myself, I gotta 10x this. I got to put a 10 in front of that 250,000, and I got to figure out a way to do 2.5 million in sales. Because at 2.5 million in sales, let's say it costs me 1.5 million to produce, that means we'll make $1 million in that business. And guess what? With God's help, we ended up pulling it off. It took a lot longer than I thought. It took 4 years. It took 4 years to produce that, to get to the 250 million bucks. Sorry, 2.5 million bucks. It took me 4 years. But because I had that in my sights, I came up short on my target, 2.5 million. Every single year I came up short. But imagine if I had my target at 250, I was going to come up short on that 250. People come up short on targets. It's just what they do. But because my goal was big enough, it pulled me forward. And that's why I want to help you guys open up your minds to have these goals that are big, that they pull you forward. That's what your goal is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you work. It's supposed to make you in the deficit. I hope that answered your question. What else we got here? 10X is the way to go, 100%. Hey guys, I started a LinkedIn group in order to create goal-keeping community. I hope Beryl will join. Yes, I will join. Please, everybody go join that. What is the definition of success, Beryl? Jeff Hotch asks. Look, my definition of success, it's all relative. You had one guy over there, you had Jake, or Jack, I forget. I'm just teasing. He wants to meditate. That's his goal. The last thing on my goal list is to meditate, okay? I don't have patience for it. Even though I probably do meditate every single day, like in my own way, but every person, success is relative. Right? If a person already has 10 million bucks in the bank, his goal is not to make 11. He wants to go change the world in some way. So to answer your question, Jeff Hotch, success is however you define it. I just happen to think that money is extremely important part of the equation. Like money makes life easy. Money makes life fun. Money makes life sweet. And whoever says that money doesn't bring them happiness doesn't have enough money. Let's keep on going. I'm interested in the program. Nitsi will reach out to you. Guys, if anybody else is interested in having a 15-minute phone call with myself to see if you're good for our program, to work with one of our coaches for 3 Gs a month, please put it in. Guys, we're going to be doing this. Last question. Musin Tariq, what is the criteria of failure? Like, why do you say you failed at previous ventures? Meaning, when you stop until you realize that it's not going your way. Okay, so it happens to be a great question. I spoke about failure before. Okay, I love to fail. I can't explain it. It's like a sick, twisted thing that I have that I like to fail. Because again, when you're failing, it means that you're trying something new. Nobody fails at walking at this point in this group, I hope, more or less. You don't fail at walking. There was a part of your life where you were learning how to walk and you failed at that activity because it was new, it was fresh. And because you were falling, it meant that you were doing something new. You were stepping out of your comfort zone. I know when I fail, it means I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. When I call someone, I'm scared to call. Or when I post something, I'm scared to post. Or when I build something, I'm scared to build. Or when I try to go to a conference, I'm scared to go to. Or I try a new program, whatever it is, and I'm scared to do that. I know that I'm doing something that I'm not accustomed to. And when I'm doing something I'm not accustomed to, that means I can now get results that I'm not accustomed to. So that's what I mean by failure. I encourage people to fail. and let the people around you laugh. And they're going to laugh. By the way, you're going to know who your friends are really, really quickly. The people who laugh at you, get them out of your life. Get them out of there as soon as you possibly can. The people that support you and pick you up and tell you to go forward, those are the people you want in your life. Those are the great people around you. Stick to those people. Yaakov, what is the difference between a coach and a consultant? A consultant is somebody that knows a very particular thing in your business. Let's say you're in the real estate business and you want a consultant on how to get your energy down in your buildings, your energy bills. That's a consultant. A coach is somebody that's there in the thick of it with you, day in and day out. When you win, you have someone to talk to. When you lose, you have someone to talk to. When you're confused, you have someone to straighten you out. And when you need someone to rely on, he's there to pick you up. That's the difference between a coach. Do not call your energy consultant and tell him what a miserable day you had. You don't pay him enough for that. David Taub, the question is, how do you know when to give up and when to call it a failure? Right. So I think that he asked a great question. David Taub asks, when do you know when to give up? So the answer is you never give up at trying to succeed. Now, success might change, right? So let's say a person, for argument's sake, is in a business that is not succeeding. You don't give up on success. You pivot the business, right? During the pandemic, Wealthy Commercials was completely shut down. We service nursing homes, the same industry that David Taub services. We service nursing homes. Everybody was having outbreaks like left, right, and center. It was a mess. Our business got completely shut down. So I knew that it was time to call it quits in Wealthy Commercials for 6 months. I was not going to call it quits on my pursuit of success. I'm going to pursue success at any cost. So I picked myself up. I mean, you guys already know this because you're on here, which means you follow me on social media. And I became one of the largest sellers of masks in North America. With God's help, we sold tens of millions of masks. I was delivering them myself in my wife's car. I stripped the seats out of her minivan. Her minivan never looked the same. I was the only idiot on the road, but I was selling millions and millions in masks. So I called it quit in my business because it was not working temporarily. But if you ask me today, I say that. If you would have asked me 2 years ago when this all happened, I would have told you that it was never going to come back. So it was not working. Nobody wanted to discuss video commercials for their nursing homes. So I pivoted. So I called it quits on the way that I was doing it, but I never called it quits on success. I hope that answers your question. Jack H, do you have any useful tips or strategies on how to open a side business to bring in some extra money? So Jack, I would say like this, don't open up a side business, open up a real business. All right. And don't try to bring in some money, try to bring in a lot of money. And if that's not you, and if you're not a business person I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you, but try to also figure out how you can make a lot of money where you are now. You guys are probably leaving money on the table in your current jobs or role or business. So before you go sell the farm or give up the farm, try to figure out how to make more money in what you're currently doing. I hope that answers your question. Baruch, Beryl, what is your opinion on college and is it worth the investment? So college, in my humble opinion, is the biggest scam that was ever perpetrated on mankind, but right next to Schmovid-19, okay? It's a scam. You have to pay people to go sit and be taught by people that never worked a day in their life. It's like the craziest thing in the world. You want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, an architect, an engineer? Yes, go to school, do your time. But if you want to be a business person, like specifically don't go to school, because I went there and it completely limited the way that I thought. You're better off going to go work for somebody for free and intern by them rather than paying people to go in a set program where you're going to be stuck for 3 years and lose 3 years of your life. And by the way, the only thing people learn really in college is really how to drink. I've been there. Ben B. Guys, any more questions before we end? Never give up. How do you know when to give it up, when to call it a failure? Okay, just to answer again, David Taub's question, how do you know when to call it a failure? Speak to a good friend. Speak to a successful business person that you know. If you're in the middle of something, by the way, guys, something that's not working right now, speak to a successful business person that you know or somebody that you look up to and get their advice on it. Because sometimes when we're emotionally invested in something, we can't look at it rationally. When you ask another person their opinion, it has to be somebody that you trust and somebody who loves you and somebody who looks at you in the best way. All right. Don't ask any jerk on the street, because he'll crush you if he wants to. Ask somebody that you trust. Ask somebody who's successful. Don't ask your broke Uncle Jerry for business advice. Ask a successful person that you know, and they'll be able to give you a rational answer without all the emotions associated with it. Guys, I want to thank you so much for being here. I want you to clap it up. Thank you, everybody. It's been an absolute honor, an absolute pleasure. You can't imagine how much I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. So just to remind everybody the magic formula, okay? 1, write down every single night or morning, whichever suits you best. Write down the 3 wins for the day. Write down the 3 wins you want to have for tomorrow, and write down your long-term goals every single day. Again, I'm going to ask this question because I want to drill it into you. Who believes that if you do that every single day, you're going to change your life over the course of 5, 10 years? Do we believe that? So let's do it. Let's do it tonight, and let's do it every other night going forward. Guys, if you want a part of that program, if you want to speak to me for 15 minutes to see if you're a good candidate for our coaching program, again, it's $3,000, but you get a free conversation with me. Please put in the comments that you're interested, and Elias will reach out to you to set up that appointment. Thank you, everybody. Clap it up again. I'm so proud of you. We'll do this again. I'm jacked up. I hope you are too. I'm so proud of you. You could have been anywhere in the world. You could have been on Netflix. You could have been watching, what's that stupid show everybody watches where they kill people on Netflix?
Oh, the one, the Korean show?
Yeah, whatever. You could have been on Netflix. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and I love you for that. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful evening. God bless. Guys, go home already, okay? Unless you want to hang out a little bit. Should I take you guys off mute for 1 second? Hang on, let me take everybody off mute. Unmute all. What's up, boys and girls? How was it? You guys enjoyed it?
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining. You guys are the best rock stars.
Hey, Carl.
Rock stars. Could I get one thing that you got from tonight? Somebody share something you got from tonight? Don't be scared. There's no wrong answer. Jacob.
Say it again?
Jacob, YL Home Improvement, what did you get from tonight?
I've heard before that, but I'm practicing it. The goals, 10 goals.
The goals. The 3 wins.
The 3 good things every day.
3 wins. It's a big thing. By the way, don't forget about the 3 wins for tomorrow. It's equally as important.
It's very important.
The switch of the wins is the point, not making goals. You understand what I'm talking?
Yes, yes,
Making
yes.
it
Yes, the wins for the day.
yourself that you are a winner. That's a different switch.
Exactly, exactly. I once heard a nice parable. Somebody said, when you do this, the 3 wins every day, you know, most people when they're going through their day, it's like taking the sheet off the calendar, you're crumpling the piece of paper and you throw it into the garbage. And at the end of the year, you have a garbage full of, 365 crumpled up pages. When you do this every night, the 3 wins, it's like you take the piece of paper off the calendar and you neatly file that day away. And at the end of the year, you're 365 steps closer to where it is that you want to be, instead of just a mess in the garbage can at the end of the year. Powerful, powerful stuff.
I've been following Grant Cardone.
Grant is one of my business mentors. Yes.
I've heard you when you said 10x, I'm like, okay, he's a Grant Cardone Chusid.
Grant is one of my. I've read all of them. I've read all of them. But he's really, I feel he's the one that's the best. He's the best out there. He's the best guy out there. By far. By far. Guys, anybody else? Shmaya, what did you get from tonight? Shmaya? Is that just a picture of you, or are you really just not moving?
It's a
Stuart, what'd you get from tonight?
I got the goals, the wins to start, and I'm starting tonight and tomorrow because I have two niche businesses, and I'm 67 years old, but I want to grow and take care of my family and everything. It's important. It's important.
Stuart, it's inspiring that I hope that when we're all 67, we're still in the game and try to move forward. So congratulations on that. Amen.
And $25 million would be good also.
Amen. It's never too late. Never too late. All right, guys. Love you all. Have a great evening. God bless.
All the best.